kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Yeah, I'll read off the, Man, it has been a day, but here we are in Sin City, ready to go. Who's gonna know when to hold them, and who's gonna know when to fold them, and who's gonna know when to walk away? Because, like Kenny Rogers always says, you gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to fold them, you gotta know when to walk away, and you gotta know when to run. And we got 28 strong here tonight, Liam. They are ready to go. They are ready to find out who's gonna go all in tonight, and who's gonna put it all on black. Right, you are, as we are down and away here. Getting ready, doing our one and only pace lap here, hopefully. Our one and only pace lap. But nonetheless, we're ready to get this party started as Adam Bowden, your pole sitter tonight. Here in the i5 Power Chevy Camaro. And lined up next to him is Dwayne Furtick and that number 51 Best Buy Chevy Camaro here. And the look of our weather here is, it is, about 60 degrees there, 90% chance of rain in the desert tonight, cloudy skies and a 2-mile-an-hour wind here, Liam. I am set to go. The iRacing.com pace car is getting ready to make that hard left turn. Then we're going to take 150 left turns. More turns than what Liam's DoorDash is open to make here as we get ready to go green. Yeah, so Dwayne Furtick, the outside pole sitter, falling back all the way to fourth as they are doubled up 2x2 down the back straightaway. Michael York gonna take that inside line. He's gonna make a move there on Adam Bowden, but here we are, Dwayne Furtick there in that number 51 car, losing wholesale positions as he's gonna drop further and further back. And he's gonna fight back. He's got 3 wide going into number 1 and 2. 3 wide here, that number 29 car of Tay McDonald in the middle. They're splitting the difference. He's going to find a home on the outside line there. Adam Bowden setting the fastest lap of the race so far. And Liam, there's just something about Vegas under the lights here on a Saturday night. 150 laps, and it looks like we're under caution for the first time tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, the 24 car, the DeWalt car gets in. That 24 car there. The lateral damage. And that's Alan Holtzman there that got collected.
Back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, working the first caution. Trying to get back to live timing here, and it's not letting me.
There we go. Welcome back, Cotter, as we get ready to go green here on lap number 6. And we are down and away. Adam Bowden leading us to green. And lap number 7. And Liam, man, this race, I've had this race circled on my calendar all day long. Adam Bowden down there on the inside. He's leading that inside line pretty steadily there as they freight train the back straightaway.
Travis Gilbert goes to the inside looking for the race lead in the 22. He gets down to the bottom of Adam Bowden. Slides up the racetrack just a little bit. These guys door to door racing for the lead as Tay McDonald tries to follow through as well, following that vet to track 22 on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to take over the race lead.
These guys are using every inch of this racetrack as we have a pass for the lead. Travis Gilbert makes the pass coming out of 2, down the back straightaway on Adam Bowden. Tay McDonald right behind him, and that we are gone single file already for lap number 8. You watch this Dan Carneth in there in that number 82 car. He's running P4. He's up 2 spots. He started 6th. Travis Gilbert with the fastest lap of the race so far with a 29.29.
That's quicker than what we even saw in qualifying. I think the pole time was a 36.
Yeah, 29.36 was the pole time by Adam Bowden. And Adam Bowden is right there in P2, following in the footsteps of Travis Gilbert. And, you know, I got to wonder, too, Liam, I think Adam Bowden's going to be, you know, content with riding for a while to kind of feel his car out. Now, last night I did a 134 lap race here. Granted, it was open setup, but, you know, later on in the run, the car would get extremely loose and the back end would step out on you, but that was during the afternoon time. This here is a night race.
Yes, it is. So the temperature is going to be a little bit different. We got 65 degrees for the ambient temperature. The track temp definitely going to be around there without the sun beating down on it. But the bottom lane seems to be, up the racetrack slides. Look to be the 3 of Sam Taylor. Almost made contact with Tyler Burton, but these guys get away okay. It was almost a scary moment for both of these guys, but everybody gets through a-okay. We keep on keeping on. Once again, we are pretty much single file throughout the first 20 or so cars of this race. We got a side-by-side battle right here for 18th place, rather. Doug D. Nice. He's quick in practice, but not showing the same type of pace in qualifying, and so far in the race, he's down 7 spots.
Doug D. Nice there. And that number 40 Chevrolet, he's got it painted up by Coolers Beer. And, man, I got to tell you what, that's a good-looking car there. Paying homage to Sterling Marlin and that number 40 car. Plus, he, you know, maybe he likes, maybe he just likes Coolers Beer.
That could be the case.
The Silver Bullet, though, right there in the number 40 car, right currently in 16th spot.
Things
we head back
up
to the
front.
front.
Travis Gilbert holds on to the race lead, but Bowden was looking up to the top side coming off of 4. Now here comes Tay McDonald to the inside for 2nd. He's got a nose out front. He's going to try to clear him coming up off of 2, but just doesn't have enough space. Here comes the number 94 back on the top side, Adam Bowden.
It's been an absolute dogfight up here in the front of this field here, 14 laps in. As Tay McDonald's going to almost run Bowden to the wall. But they're going to use every inch of this racetrack. He needs a lot of racetrack to get by that 94 car of Adam Bowden there. Tay McDonald to the inside, trying to get 2nd position. Can he make it 6th this time by? And he does not. Adam Bowden and Tay McDonald are side by side down the back straightaway. But here comes that number 90 car of Ryan McCall there. That's a 4-horse battle for the lead.
It's almost a 10-horse battle for the lead. Everybody's still right up on each other's bumpers. Stan Carnathan here at 5th place, trying to figure out which way to go, the top side or the bottom side. You've got the rapid-fire pizza machine of Ryan McCall up top, and a little bit of contact with Tay McDonald as those two come together. It's going to allow McCall to get out front. Carnathan gets himself a nice run on McDonald.
That wasn't contact, that was side drafting there, as we're going to do a lot of it here. But these cars are going to get really loose, and they're going to essentially slide up the racetrack. These guys are going to keep these cars underneath them. That's going to be the challenge of the night, as this track has a lot of grip. But as we see Tyler Burton challenging for P4 there, and that's Stan Carnathan there on the to the outside, or to the inside rather.
Tyler Burton able to get up into 4th place. Now they're side by side for 5th with Tay McDonald trying to defend from the 82. The outside seems to be strong coming up off of these corners. The inside, you just can't use up all the racetrack that you might want to use to be able to complete that pass. You're going to see Carnathan try to keep it down on the white line, slide up a little bit coming up off the corner. But Tay McDonald, using that outside momentum, he's going to be able to get clear down the back straightaway. And now that's going to put the 9 of Dylan Picklesheimer to the outside of Stan Carnathan. At least for a moment, as Bradley Rivers now looks to the inside.
Picklesheimer on the inside of Carnathan. He's looking for that 6th position. We are 2 by 2 by 2 behind Travis Gilbert, as Travis Gilbert is there in this tortoise in the hair story, but there is no
problems
tortoise
down the
in
back
field.
straightaway. The 74. Pete Walsh gets turned to the outside wall. He's backwards. That's going to bring out the caution. Oh, wow!
Wow! Another car
17
gets
south, I believe.
17 South gets collected collateral damage after the fact. That'll give us a chance to catch our breath up here as the caution comes out on lap number 20. Yeah, Pete Walsh was the initial contact. Looks like he got loose in that Milwaukee Tools number 74 car.
Well, he comes up the... Well, it looks like Rob chased him down the racetrack a little bit. Maybe trying to get in behind him and draft, but wasn't quite clear.
That was Christopher Roth, the sponsor of the race here. Well, he's going to need a lot of Milwaukee Tools to fix that car today. As everybody's going to come in, we're going to do wholesale pit stops here.
Indeed we are. If we could get back to live picture.
Gotta love live television. There we are. We're looking at Christopher Roth. Terry Friend says, let's go racing for Freedom Team there. Sit down, Marks, if Wrestling Podcast says good evening. And I tell you what, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification so that you can be notified every time that SRM or ECR goes on the air. As we are getting lined up, Aaron Spear will be on the front row for this restart. That number 77 at the Chevrolet. And,
yeah,
I can't help...
Spear and Kent Mueller stayed out. They came in on that first caution on lap 4. They've elected to stay out the front row. So we'll see how that plays out. Adam Bowden won the race off pit road. Then Waylon Turner, Travis Gilbert falls back to 5th place. That's where he started. So we'll see how much trouble he has getting back up to the front. Then we've got Tay McDonald, Tyler Burton, Stan Carnathan, Ryan McCall, and Dylan Picklesheimer rounding out your top 10. Lights are off on the iRacing sedan pace car, so we're going to get ready to go green once again. Keep going through the field, though. John Ross In 11th, we've got Bradley Rivers and Dwayne Furtick, Sam Taylor, Ray Lane, Michael Carter, Kane Lee, Doug Denice, Ed Ryan, Robert Roth, Michael York, Kyle Diaz, Anthony Ludi, Alan Holtzman, John Osborne. 17 South is on the pit lane. Had to use his fast repair early. Pete Walsh back out on the racetrack. He is 1 lap down. Also likely had to use his fast repair there. So we get ready to rock and rumble here again after 21, going to be 22 laps complete here in Las Vegas. Alan.
Yeah, 22 laps of 150 laps complete. Aaron Spear, Kent Mueller on the front row. iRacing.com pace lights are out. Barney's in the flag stand, getting ready to go here. And, you know, we're getting ready for a dogfight here. As the 77 car of Aaron Spear brings the field down to the Geico restart zone. He is on the button. Kent Mueller to his outside, and we are racing once again on lap number 23. And Adam Bowden is all over that 77 car. They head down to turn number 1, but here comes Travis Gilbert looking to pick up where he left off and get back to the point.
No grip for that 77. He slides up out of the way of Adam Bowden, and Travis Gilbert takes advantage of that inside line. He's going to get all the way up to second here, getting into turn 3. All over the back bumper of that 94, but he's going to slide up just a little bit. Lose a bit of time coming up off of 4. Adam Bowden's going to lead the first lap after the restart by about 2/10 over Travis Gilbert. Tyler Burden works his way up into 3rd place, and here comes Ryan McCall trying to work to the inside. That 77 of Aaron Spear.
And there are cars everywhere. We are 3 wide mid-pack. 3 wide. Dylan Picklesmeyer 3 wide ahead of him. And they are 2 by 2. They're using every inch of this racetrack. Every inch of this racetrack has a car on it. As I would hope it would. Here, but you're looking at Kent Mueller there. He is up 13 spots from where he started. He didn't elect to pit that time by as he pitted on the previous caution. Now he has fallen back, loses wholesale positions. He is all the way back into the top 10. And there are drivers looking for more. As we're going to start to get single file here in turn 1. We go back up to Adam Bowden. Here, 25 laps into this one. Travis Gilbert is your P2 car. Here comes Tyler Burden. He's going to look to the outside on Travis Gilbert. Travis Gilbert playing defense pretty hard right now. As we got Tay McDonald there. He's looking inside. He's looking outside. Trying to get by that number 77 car of Aaron Spear. Brad.
So we keep going here. Tay McDonald to the inside of 77 of Aaron Spear. John Ross just in front of these guys. Bradley Rivers trying to work to the inside as well. Ray Lane making a strong recovery after he got turned sideways in the early laps. Fell back outside of the top 20. He's working inside the top 10 once again. Trying to make something happen on the outside of Bradley Rivers.
Here's the thing. I think we're going to go a long green flag run right now. I think we got the first 2 cautions out of the way. I think we're going to have a nice long green flag.
Think we'll see pit stops?
I think we will. I think these guys are good enough that they're going to have that nice stretch out a little bit, put it on a cruise control, and let's see what we've got going on.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We do still have a long way to go. 120 laps left in this affair. As they're 4 wide down the front straightaway. Carnathan into the wall hard. That's going to bring the caution out. No green flag pit stops this time, Alan. And
well, I was wrong. The announcer's jinx strikes again.
29 laps in, our 3rd caution of the race. Getting 4 wide down the front stretch.
Whoa!
The 3 and 82 just start banging doors hooked together towards the outside wall.
I don't think Carnathan had anywhere to go but to the wall. 4 wide really isn't uncommon at a racetrack like this, as there isn't any out of bounds rules here, so everything is fair game.
Yeah, it definitely is. We don't see any sort of out of bounds rules like we would at Daytona or Atlanta or Talladega. These guys can go down below that white line, no problem. We're going to go ahead and step side by side one more time here. Try to figure out a couple more of these issues while we can't get going live the way we want to. So we'll be right back.
I'm like, he's probably eating his
live
Taco
here.
Bell, so I'll just keep going.
Back live here. Adam Bowden holds on to the race lead over Travis Gilbert, Tyler Burden, Ryan McCall, John Ross, Tay McDonald, Ray Lane, Bradley Rivers, Dylan Pickelsheimer, and Michael Carter rounding out the top 10.
These guys have about 2.5 hours, 3 hours of practice plus I'm pretty sure they did an official race last night as we get lined back up on behind the iRacing.com pace car. And Liam, I know it's early on, but man, last week I had to take the wife out on a date night, which was very good. And give a shout out to Mike Damani for keeping my seat warm, as we say. But last week was that was a banger of a race.
Yeah, it definitely was. Rockingham never disappoints, and saw a lot of good action. Las Vegas hoping to bring some more of the same. So we work lap number 32 under the third caution of the race so far.
And the other thing I want to put out too is, based on what we saw at the Clash, what we saw at Daytona, and what we saw last week at Rockingham. Adam Bowden, the chief cook and bottle washer here in the league, he seems like he's the car to, almost like the car to beat. But there's been, I want to say 2 different winners so far.
Yes, sir. We've got 2 different winners here. Ray Lane got the job done in Daytona. Then, of course, Travis Gilbert won last week in Rockingham in relatively dominating fashion. That race came down to a very long green flag run. We saw green flag pit stops at the end of it. Travis Gilbert looking to go for 2 in a row. But yeah, like you said, Adam Bowden, he sits 3rd place in the points right now. He's been doing incredible so far this season. It's early. Only 2 races complete. This is race number 3, but he's had himself a strong start. To finish strong, you got to start strong.
I don't think I could have said that any better.
Adam Bowden, he's going to try to start strong in first place here. He's electing the outside over Travis Gilbert. Tyler Burden in the 06 in 3rd. Ryan McCall, our rapid-fire pizza machine, sits in 4th place. Rapid Fire, of course, does a lot for us. We'll talk a little bit more about them in a bit. Pace car's about ready to make that hard left turn. On to pit lane, this time from the top side. Adam Bowden's going to lead him down.
Lead him down, he does. We are green flag racing when we hit that Gecko restart zone. We are down and away. Adam Bowden, too, a sizable lead that time. And Liam, you know, I was going to point out, too, while we're under caution. I'll point it out now. I think iRacing just come out with the choose rule.
Well, you never know what they have in store. It might be something that they work towards in the future, but for now, they let the lead car choose his lane, and now here comes Gilbert to the bottom of Bowden for the race lead. Big head of steam on that 22, and he's going to be followed by the 06 Tyler Burden, trying to stick his nose in for second place.
Yeah, Tyler Burden, you see he's going all the way down to the apron. That doesn't really upset the car, Liam. It just makes it nice where you get that good run going down to turn number 1. But you got to be careful, too, when you come off of that apron, that outside wall could come out and bite you.
It certainly can. I've seen a couple of people be victim to that. You come sweeping out wide for an arc into turn 1 and just take a little bit too much after coming off the apron. Meanwhile, we've got side-by-side John Ross and the Skull Bandit to the inside of Ryan McCall, trying to take away 4th place.
Yeah, John Ross there in that 44 car. He had a good run back at the Clash at the iRacing Super Speedway. I was very impressed with his run in the last couple weeks also.
Yeah, doing pretty good, and now he's racing up front, up in the top 5, trying to take away that 4th spot. He does. He's going to get cleared just barely off of Burden, and now Burden looks back up to the top side, and he's close enough to get that side draft, start pulling him back. That was a very brave move to clear there, but effectively didn't mean anything as the 90 is able to get back to the top side. Meanwhile, Bowden fighting strong against Tyler Burden. Travis Gilbert is loving this. They were side by side behind him. Not anymore. Here comes Bowden looking to the top side of the race leader, Travis Gilbert. What kind of momentum does he get? He's got help from Burden up on the top side, racing for the lead. That time by it was Gilbert by a skosh, but Bowden's got it now.
Racing for the lead here. Adam Bowden back out to the point. There's so much action on this racetrack here, Leo. It is insane.
I tell you everywhere as Rivers got set up towards the wall, him and the 9 of Picklesheim are going to lose a bit of track position here, a ton of time on the racetrack.
The action gets any more intense. My buddy Liam's going to jump up an octave, I'm sure, as these guys are battling hard once again. Here's Waylon Turner there in that number 3. And there's only one Toyota in the field, and that's the 12 car, Anthony Ludi.
Yeah, the lone wolf Toyota in the 12 here, just in front of this battle. Right now we're looking at 3 wide with the 24, Alan Holtzman. Waylon Turner up on the top side. 91 of Kane Lee as well in this battle. Look back up towards the front. Ryan McCall is falling back just a little bit. He's to the inside of John Ross right now. Gonna try to side draft him a little bit, pull him back. Goes all the way down to the apron to shortcut that track as much as he can. But the downside of doing that, Alan, is that you take away the momentum, the speed that you could gain down the front straightaway.
Yeah, so you know, and here's the thing, Liam. You don't want to be side by side too long. You want to be in a straight line. You know, you want to be, nose to tail. You just want to make calculated moves. We're almost 100 laps left. We're about, 100 and, we're about 112 laps left in this one. As, the only person that ever benefits from cars being side by side is the leader. No one else benefits from it.
Yeah, so Adam Bowden wants to see these guys side by side as much as they possibly can be behind him, so he can increase that gap. However, right now he's doing all right. There's a little bit of a draft help behind him, where Travis Gilbert is able to catch up at the end of the straightaways through the corners. Seems like that 94 is handling really well. You see the 22 sliding up the racetrack a little bit more than the 94 is, getting into that dirty air. Bowden's holding pace very well right now, and we'll just have to see as things continue to progress.
Yeah, Bowden's out on a Saturday night cruise. He's, just taking it nice and easy, hitting all his marks. Travis Gilbert looks like he's following pace with him, and he might even be maybe a lane and a half up off the white line. They come down the back straightaway, and it looks like Tay McDonald's going to try to make a move there on the 06 car Tyler Burden.
He tried to after getting around the 44. This wasn't enough space to keep that momentum to the inside of the 06. Ryan McCall, however, still racing that 44. Gonna try to complete that pass into turns 1 and 2 here. He gets his nose out front. He's got the bumper clear. He's going to slide up and complete that pass. Ryan McCall up to P5.
Virtual Vegas is the only time I've ever been to Las Vegas. And who is going to double down on this race tonight? As we were watching Adam Bowden there, he is not showing all his cards, but he's showing enough of them.
Yeah, currently out to about a 0.3 of a second lead over Gilbert. They're side by side for third place now. Tay McDonald to the inside of Tyler Burden, finally getting that run. Here comes Burden back strong on the top side, utilizing that top side momentum. He's going to get across the line first. Tay McDonald isn't going away though.
Not by a long shot. He kind of fades back, regathers himself, and then comes back on attack way harder than what he did last time. So, and, that takes a lot of patience to, make a move like that.
Well, yeah, you just got to sit there and try to keep working it and working it and working it. Doesn't seem to be working in the favor of the 29 machine right now, as now McCall is thinking about which lane to go. He thought about splitting middle through turns 1 and 2, but thought better of it. Now he moves to the top side behind Burden. Gets himself side by side with that 29 Tay McDonald. Now he's looking to the middle 3 wide once again. Not quite enough to do it there. Tyler Burden gets clear of these two and see if McCall can continue that outside momentum. It seems to be working in his favor. Tay McDonald had to check up a little bit. Now he's at risk of losing another spot to John Ross.
John Ross up to 5th position. He started 10th. As we have 100 laps to go here in this one. 101, sorry.
Adam Bowden holding on to the race lead. Gilbert has stuck around that 0.3 of a second margin. Ryan McCall, after getting up into 3rd place here, he's trying to chase these guys down, but he's about half a second off of Travis Gilbert in 2nd place.
Here's the thing, Liam. Is you say, oh man, 225 miles. That's a long time, but when you're doing it at 29 seconds a lap, it's really not that far. It's not like you're going to the supermarket here in town. Don't get me wrong, you're still going a long distance, but you're not. It's not like, oh man, a painstaking drive here at 65 miles an hour down the interstate.
Well, these guys definitely have it easier than if you or me were going to drive 225 miles down the interstate. Ryan McCall closing that gap from the cars in front of him, though. Tyler Burden under fire from John Ross. This is for 4th place. Tay McDonald trying to get involved in this battle, and don't look now, but Ray Lane, he's up to 7th. Just behind this group of guys trying to figure out a way to get up into that top 5.
Your Daytona winner, Ray Lane, is steadily climbing through the field. And that's what I've noticed after watching 2 events. Is these guys are okay with not making too aggressive moves early, but waiting it out, being patient. As we are 3 wide.
Yeah, just as you talked about not making too aggressive moves, Tay McDonald worked to the bottom side to try to take 2 at once. Didn't work out for him, though, as now he's under fire from Ray Lane up on the top side. Still trying to get to the inside of John Ross there, but now he tightens up in the dirty air. Cuts up in front of the 33 machine. Ray Lane.
It's funny you say dirty air, too. Because, you know, look, these cars are about level. So you're like, well, what's this dirty air? So imagine riding behind the semi-truck and your car is just bouncing all over the place. That's dirty air. That's what these guys are experiencing. But they're doing it at 180 miles an hour.
Not to mention that these cars are purpose-built to make downforce, to react to the air, as Tyler Burton has not had a good lap there. We saw him involved in a little bit of contact off of 2. Losing a ton of time now, getting passed by the 8 of Michael Carter.
95 laps to go.
Talking about the dirty air, these cars are purpose-built to make downforces. Oh, it looks like Gilbert's trying to take away the race lead once again. When you take the air off the front of the car, it doesn't get that downforce. The air coming at it on the front pushes the front end down, helps you get grip. When you take that air away, the car in front punches that big hole. Takes away a lot of the grip as the caution has come out once again. Kyle Diaz. A couple of them down the front straightaway. Pete Walsh is around again. Michael York.
Tough break for Michael York and that number 48 Red Bull Chevrolet. Never had a Red Bull before.
Oh, they're amazing. So the problem happens up in front. Looks like Christopher Roth was the first one to get turned around. No, not Christopher Roth. It's the 59. Robert Roth. Bradley Rivers gets turned around and nowhere for the 74 to go. He just piles in.
Takes a seat on the Calamity bus there.
Star Nursery machine. Not looking super great right now. He's going to need to get that fast repair done. Kent Mueller with heavy damage as well. Back to live picture though, and that time it worked. Everybody's pit.
If you're not on pit road, you're eating green beans right now. And I don't think there's a car on the racetrack that hasn't pitted tonight now.
Travis Gilbert wins the race off of pit road, followed by Adam Boughton, Ryan McCall, John Ross, and Tay McDonald. So we should get the restart with about 90 laps to go. These guys have a 70% fuel limit, which means if we stayed green, maybe one stop. Might be close, but you might be able to save.
I think 2 at the minimum.
I think it'll depend on how cautions fall, but then again, if cautions fall at the right time, people just come in and pit, throw that strategy away.
So here's the thing too, Liam. Is the thing that gets me all amped up about Vegas is the finishes that this track produces. You know, no one, you can pretty much check out on one of these races in real life and come back and watch the last 50 laps. It's going to be the most exciting 50 laps that you've seen.
This track is incredible. more often than not, it puts on some really good racing. We're not getting anything any different here in the ECR Next Gen Cup Series. The Star Nursery Garden Center's 225 so far has been a banger. These guys have been racing side by side, door to door, fighting for inches out there on the racetrack. Definitely a lot of fun to watch from the booth, but I bet it's going to be even more fun from in cars. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take you on board with Tyler Burden for a little bit of a turn it up session on this restart. He's going to restart in 8th place. We'll see how he deals with the traffic. Live, we see Doug D. Nice to the inside of Kyle Diaz in the 26, trying to take a position away. This is a top 15 battle. Back up towards the front, we've got Waylon Turner trying to make things happen on the outside of the 12, Anthony Ludi. Alan already mentioned that 12 is our lone Toyota in the race, so we're not going to get a whole heck of a lot of knowledge on how this new Toyota front bumper is going to work now, are we, Alan? Oop, that's my bad. Now you're good. Go ahead.
Not in this one, it's Anthony Ludi. Like you said, it's the lone wolf in the Toyota camp here. As the rest of the field is Ford and Chevy. Bow tie fraternity. Blue oval circle.
As Travis Gilbert holds on to the race lead in that bet to track machine. He's got Ryan McCall in the rapid fire pizza machine right behind him. Tell you what, man, it seems like a real good time for a sponsor read, so I'm going to have to go with the quick one, because this intense action is, I mean, it's insane. We've got ourselves the rapid fire pizza machine. We love rapid fire pizza. The first rapid fire pizza was opened in 2015 in Dayton, Ohio. The idea was simple: let's create a delicious, fast, and affordable pizza. Now in 25 cities across the country, customers love the fresh taste, the speed, and the ability to create their own perfect pizza with over 35 different toppings and sauces. Go to www.rapidfiredpizza.com for a location near you.
Nice.
Ray Lane had himself a moment there. He was way wide coming up off of the corner, and the caution is out. Christopher Roth, big crash. Multiple cars involved coming up off of turn number 4. I believe Dwayne Furtick was one of the first. Oh, wow, they're crashing already. Tyler Burden. It was right around Ray Lane. We saw him have a moment. This was the moment.
Ouch.
Tay McDonald, heavy damage. Nowhere for Roth to go. Christopher Roth and Robert Roth both having bad days so far today. There's going to be a lot of repairs getting done in the pits. Waylon Turner, 51 as well. A lot of guys trying to dive through the grass to get through it. Some of them did. But unfortunately, about 7 or 8 cars did not make it through that one.
Man, I tell you what, if some of these guys need to be hired for landscaping duty, they brought their cart to the grass. Is that a Vet2Track car?
It certainly is. Travis Gilbert in the Vet2Track machine, Ford Mustang. He's leading this race.
Man.
Leading a lot.
Well, let me tell you this. At Vet2Track, they take pride in being different. That's what sets them apart. Not only their commitment in empowering veterans, but the unique approach that they embrace to make a meaningful impact. Vet2Track operates with no paid staff. Every effort is a labor of love, driven by a genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of veterans. Vet2Track operates on a mission, not a profit motive. Every dollar earned or donated goes back into creating more opportunities for veterans. Their focus is on impact and empowerment and not financial gain. Vet2Track creates opportunities for hands-on experiences, bringing veterans into the heart of the action through incentives like their pit crew experience and motorcycle track days, creating unique and empowering experiences from exhilaration of high-speed racing and camaraderie. Built in the pit crew, we provide veterans with experience that go beyond ordinary. Their programs are designed to accommodate various skill levels, making Vet2Track accessible to everyone. Join them on this incredible journey where every ride is a step toward positive change. Will you join with them and be a supporter? Visit www.vet2track.org and help support those who have given so much. Again, that is www.vet2track.org. Honoring heroes PTSD awareness and battling PTSD one lap at a time. I like that segue there.
Yeah, it was it's a super good cause that Vet2Track puts together, and I'm obviously well, nothing obvious, but I'm not a veteran or anything like that, but I do love the idea of a group coming together and just giving everything they've got to improving the lives of veterans. And I think that there should be more organizations out there like that, but we can't thank Vet2Track enough for what they do for us here at the ECR Cup Series, and also for what they do for veterans. Travis Gilbert going to lead him down over Ryan McCall. Ray Lane, John Ross, Kyle Diaz round out the top 5. Adam Bowden, John Osborne, Robert Roth, Stan Carnathan, and Bradley Rivers round out the top 10. Everybody, well, about half the field came in that last time. Not sure if it's damage repair, tire wear, or maybe a little bit of both. We've got split strategies. Tyler Burden in 11th, obviously involved in that crash. He's the first driver on the freshest tires.
Hey, look. So, strategies are all over the place. We can't keep up. We got guys coming on lap 3. We got guys coming on lap 70. Who knows?
Green flag back in the air, and an amazing restart from Travis Gilbert. He's going to get 3, 4, 5 car lengths here on the initial restart.
It was the sponsor read that got him. We willed him to the front and out to a jump of about a half second ahead of Ryan McCall in that number 90 car.
And Ryan McCall trying to use his sponsor, Rapid Fire Pizza, to rapidly take away this second spot from Ray Lane, but Ray up on the top side, holding strong. 44 is going to move up to try to follow that 33. Not quite. He stays in line, follows the 90 back down to the bottom. Lane fighting hard up on the top side, but McCall has the advantage getting into turns 1 and 2.
Well, hopefully the Skull car will get up there as that's the Skull Bandit car. Man, what a beautiful paint scheme. That looks like a can of Skull.
Yeah, of course, a little bit of a nod to Handsome Harry in the 33. Harry Gant, Mr. September, and I believe the oldest Cup Series winner in, the oldest winner in Cup Series history. Won a race at 55 years of age.
Could you imagine winning a race at 55 years of age? Think about this, Liam. So, the average NASCAR driver is like, what, 34? Right? About 34 years of age. And Harry Gant was out there winning races at 55.
I'll do you one better. And let's talk about, I've been on a big Mark Martin trip as of late. Mark Martin got his last NASCAR Cup win in 2009. That was 4 years after his first attempted retirement. After the 2005 season, he said, I'm done. I'm going to be done. Jack Roush came back and said, hey, it'd be kind of cool if you could stay for one more. Mark says, all right, I'll do it. 2007 rolls around. He's like, all right, I don't want to quit, but I'm going to do a part-time thing. Shows up, almost wins the Daytona 500, leading the points after 5 races. Still steps away, does the part-time deal. Does it again in 2008. 2009, he shows up in the 5 car for Rick Hendrick. Comes out here and wins 4 races. All 4, obviously he's past 50 at that point. Those were over 30 years after his first Cup win.
Can you believe that? Mark the Kid Martin. Dude, I grew up as a Mark Martin fan. Through and through, right? I had a Mark Martin cars. I had a Mark Martin license plate.
I used to have one of those things when I was a kid. You could sit on it and, you use your feet to drive around, but it's got a steering wheel. Little Mark Martin car.
Nice.
So we are just past halfway. Got a little bit personal there. That's all right.
Hey, you know what? That's what we're all about, right? Sharing stories.
Making friends, making connections. We've got some amazing racing going on here with the ECR NextGen Cup Series. These guys are definitely making amazing connections between their cars and the racetrack.
Well, I can tell you one connection they're glad they're not making. That's with the wall.
Yeah, a couple of guys so far in this race have not been so fortunate to say that they have not connected with the wall. We have had 4 cautions throughout the course of this race. 5, I believe. Right now, we are rocking and rolling just past halfway, coming to 70 laps to go. Everybody's going to need at least one more pit stop. Robert Roth in the Star Nursery Garden Center's number 59. Of course, the sponsor of this race. Appreciate him jumping in and sponsoring this one for us. Star Nursery is a Vegas deal. I know they were on Kurt Busch's car when he was going up through the ranks. They actually allowed him to put Star Nursery on the number 1 car when they came back here in, I believe, 2021.
And that would have been his last year for Ganassi.
I think so. You see Stan Carnathan up on the top side of the racetrack, losing a couple of spots there. They're side by side for second, Bowden and Lane. Carnathan stayed strong up on the top side, trying to keep Robert Roth behind him. Not to be confused with Christopher Roth in the 62. His day is not going quite as well. He sits just outside the top 20. He's in 22nd position. Pete Walsh is back out on the racetrack after hefty damage in both the first caution and this most recent one. He's just going to get out of the way. He knows his car isn't up to par. He knows he's over 20 laps down. Ed Ryan seems to have DNF'd from the race. We don't have a report on him. We can't find his car, so I believe they have loaded that one up onto the hauler. Pete Walsh actually just passed Ed Ryan for position number 27.
Well, I can tell you right now, the only race that Ed Ryan's going to win is the one to the beer stand.
Yes, sir. Who's going to get to the hometown bar first? It's going to be Ed Ryan, unfortunately. Not the way he wanted to start his race.
Not the race you really wanted to win.
You want to win them all, don't you? I would assume so.
I mean, look, if
Maybe
you can win the race
Daytona
to
or
the...
Indianapolis a little bit more than other tracks, but you want to win every time you get onto the racetrack.
You do, but you don't want to win the race to the bar.
No.
You know, kind of reminiscent about the Dale Earnhardt commercial where he's, they're going hunting and Hank Parker's like, "What took you so long?" He goes, "Well, I had to drive 500 miles to get here."
Ray Lane takes away second place from Adam Bowden. These guys still sit about 3/10 off of your race leader, Travis Gilbert. Contact there between the 44 and the 90 coming through turns 3 and 4. These guys rubbing doors just a little bit.
Rubbing doors they are. Here comes that 44 car. John Ross on the inside of Ryan McCall there. And that's going to be a spot for P5. It looks like the 30 of Waylon Turner is going to try to make it 3 wider was. He was thinking about it.
Definitely thinking about it. He was one that we saw get turned around in a previous caution. Great recovery for him, sitting up in the 6th position on the outside of John Ross, trying to keep that 6th spot. That time across the line, he had it by just an inch or two. Probably as close as Suarez over Blaney last week.
An inch or two is all that these guys need. And, you know, that's the thing, too, is these
oh, contact! Waylon Turner gets turned sideways by the 44. Now the 44 turns sideways. Both of them save it.
Well, they wrecked it 3 times already.
Oh, crash! Big crash on the front straightaway. The 24 up and over. Robert Roth, hefty damage. Alan Holtzman.
That is the second time this week I've seen a car go on its lid.
And Vegas is not a track that you want to see that happen at. Sorry about that. So the contact from the 24 into the 44, let's back it up a little bit further, because this does all kind of start with the 30 getting turned sideways on entry into turns 3 and 4. So we'll jump up to Waylon Turner here. Switch to a top view. So we can see the initial contact. It gets the 30 sideways. The 44 checks up. 24 tries to jump to his inside. Wow. So it's almost like when the 44 came back across the apron, came down across the apron, it upset his car and launched him back to the right.
Yeah, that's what it certainly looked. And Holtzman was a victim of circumstance.
Nothing for the 59 to do there, Robert Roth. Right on board with the 24. Definitely a wild ride there for Alan Holtzman. Christopher Roth is going to take over the race lead. He elected to stay out. Ray Lane wins the race off of pit road. The 62 is going to come in this time, which should put Ray Lane into the race lead. Lights are still on. We've got a couple of lapped cars, or tail end of the lead lap cars. Tay McDonald sits he's just about 2 laps down. He's in front of the race leader, so he's only one. Gonna try to take advantage of this wave around. Pete Walsh, he's 25 laps down, so he'd need a lot of wave arounds to try to get back up into this thing, but got to take what he can get. He knows there's more attrition going on in this race, so the longer he can stay out there, the more points he's going to get.
He needs a lot of wave rounds and a small miracle. Is what he's going to need.
Realistically, I don't see him getting the 25 cautions he's going to need. It's just not looking that way. But as people keep falling out of this race, as crashes keep happening and drivers have no choice but to retire, that's going to be where the 74 can take advantage. He can get some more points, continue on with his season. Tay McDonald, we've seen him involved in a couple of incidents. Not really his own doing, but it's kind of the way these things go. Lights are off on the iRacing sedan safety car. So the 74 and the 29 will both get to go around. Catch back up to the tail end. Ray Lane's going to lead him down over Adam Bowton. Travis Gilbert in third. Travis has hasn't really minded not starting on the front row. Seems like he'll start third, fifth, wherever. And he's just able to get up there within a lap or two. See what Ray can do here in the lead. Of course, he won at Daytona. Wasn't the first one across the line. That was his teammate, the 29, Tay McDonald.
Sometimes you don't have to be the first one across the line. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good.
Well, we're going to find out who's lucky, who's good, and who fits in between here in the next 60 laps. 59 to go at the restart. Ray Lane's going to lead him down. Gilbert gets into the back of him, sets him off. Green flag back in the air here in Las Vegas.
Ray Lane leading this field down in the turn number 1. Travis Gilbert going to be right behind him as we are working our way out of turn number 2 and down that back straightaway. The Nellis, Nellis back straightaway.
Yeah, of course, a nod to the Nellis Air Force Base just down the road. Up the racetrack goes Carnathan. He's got to check up right in front of Bradley Rivers. Everybody gets away okay, but we're looking at a 3-4 wide almost situation. Here comes that 48, Michael York, down on the bottom. He's got a head of steam, and he is looking to use it. Touches the apron, but still keeps the grip. Touches the apron again, gets a little bit loose, and now he's going to lose those spots that he just gained.
That 48 car has the wings. It drank its Red Bull. It has its wings. And, Michael York had to check his shorts moment there a while back.
Look at Picklesheimer all the way into the grass.
Man, I wish it was back in the 80s again, as this is remnants of what the racing used to be like back in the 80s. No holds bar. It's an absolute slugfest here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, slugfest is definitely what we're getting here. These guys trading blows back and forth, passes for position, going one way, going back the other in another corner. You see the 9 machine Picklesheimer all over the back bumper of York. Looks to the top side. He's going to try to take advantage of that outside momentum, and he's going to do it coming up off of turn number 2.
Inside, outside, as our buddy old pal Mike DeMonte would say, Dylan Picklesheimer got a lot of room around him.
So far, so good. Go back up to the front. Travis Gilbert within a car length of Ray Lane, but hasn't really been able to close in much more than that. Gilbert might have touched the wall just a little bit.
That's alright, he didn't mean to.
Just a scrape. Ray Lane sliding up off of the corners a little bit more than you see the 22. That could be advantage for Gilbert.
You know, you don't have to just get a stripe at Darlington. You can come anywhere get a stripe.
You see the 33 takes a little bit wider of an entry. Doesn't quite hit the apex. Gilbert able to stay a foot or two lower than him throughout that whole corner. Lane did a better job of taking away the line there, but Gilbert still strong coming up off of the corner. It's half a car length between bumpers now. Waylon Turner trying to make a pass on Adam Bowden. Bowden doesn't let it happen. Gilbert hugs that white line coming through turns 1 and 2. This time Bowden has nothing for Waylon Turner up on the top side. Turner nose is out front going into 3.
52 laps to go. Scratch that. 51 laps to go. Here comes Waylon Turner.
52 to go and at least one more pit stop. If cautions come out, that'll change. Look at Kyle Diaz up in 5th place. He's defending from Stan Carnathan right now. He started in the 24th position as we got one in the wall coming up off of 2.
Was staying green though.
Yeah, it looked like John Osborne in the 81 got up into the wall. He was able to keep it straight. We stay green. Battle up front, heating up once again. The top 5 single file within just about half a second of the race lead.
Gilbert, like a cat waiting to pounce on Ray Lane there.
He's got to wait for Lane to make a mistake, but is that going to happen? We've got a long way to go in this thing. We're coming to 50 laps to go, and of course we still have one pit stop at least. If that happens under green, who knows? This could all be a moot point. Somebody could, a speeding penalty or something like that could change the dynamic of this race. As Gilbert holds out of the bottom side, he gets right up to the rear bumper of Ray Lane. Lane gets a little bit of a run coming up off of the corner, just enough to keep him from pouncing.
Ray Lane playing defense with the best of them as he is defending against 27 other cars.
Not to mention the most recent winner in the Elite, in the ECR NextGen Cup Series. There's the 74, Pete Walsh getting out of the way. He's got damage from the first accident, and I believe the 5th. Not a good day for the 74 Pete Walsh, but he's got 3 cars in front of him that are still on pit lane getting damage repair. Alan Holtzman is out of this race. He has left the session, taking that car to the hauler, so that's going to be another spot that Pete Walsh can gain in about 10 laps. 10 laps away from catching the other guys that are on pit road, talking about Robert Roth and Tyler Burden. Not totally sure if they're planning on getting those cars back out of the racetrack, but Pete Walsh is hoping that they don't so he can gain a couple more.
Yeah, every point matters, Liam. Every single point matters. As you know, look, you're multiple laps down. You really got nothing to lose. You're just trying to finish it.
John Ross made a bold middle move there to get around the 51, Dwayne Furtick, and the 40 of Doug D. Nice. Dwayne Furtick and the Best Buy Drops machine, of course, the sponsor of the green flag. We missed that, the green flag. The Best Buy Drops green flag. We do appreciate them jumping on with us, and Dwayne Furtick rocking that 51 machine.
Best Buy Drop.
Best Buy Drops. Best Buy drops the green flag, and we are racing here in Las Vegas. Except for we've been racing for 105 laps, and Travis Gilbert is all over the back bumper of Ray Lane. Still can't find a way to get next to him. Can't find a way to get around him. He's going to try here. He gets right to the rear bumper. Looks to the inside as the 33 slides up off of turn number 2. And now we've got him side by side for the race lead. Where does Waylon Turner go?
He goes right up the middle.
Well, he didn't have any space. Ray Lane gets down in front of him. We've got Travis Gilbert leading the race once again here today.
Same song, same verse. Different canvas, though. As we are 43 laps to go here, and Travis Gilbert's going to go out to the front. And you can hear, I can't hear myself think because the crowd here in Las Vegas, look, they could have went to the Golden Knights game tonight, but they chose to come here. And we would like to take the time out to thank everybody for making ECR and SRM your weekend destination, entertainment destination.
Thanks everybody who's tuning in live here on Sim Racing Media. We've got a banger in store for you as we've got 42 laps to go as they come across the stripe this time. Travis Gilbert, your defending race winner last week at Rockingham, hoping to make it 2 in a row. Ray Lane, the only other winner on the season from Daytona, he's hoping to get 2. Waylon Turner in 3rd place, yet to win this season. He wants to make it 3 different winners. Of course, we've got the 12 of Anthony Ludi, our lone Toyota, who's been pretty quiet, but working his way up through this field right in front of Ryan McCall, who sits in 5th place.
That's the quiet ones you got to watch out for.
Usually is as McCall moves down to the inside of Ludi. Ludi doesn't fight him too hard. Bowden's going to try to get around him as well, follow him through.
Ryan McCall and that number 90. The number 90 car. Engine number 90.
Yeah, that car is rapid fired for sure. He's hoping to get a pizza by the time this thing is over. And how could you not love rapid fired pizzas for this celebration?
Hey, all I'm saying, if anybody up there in YouTube land wants to mail a couple of pizzas to the Midwest, by all means, go for it. You can send one right to St. Louis and one to Minnesota.
Ohio is in the Midwest. You can always check www.rapidfiredpizzas.com to see if there is a location near you.
I'll do that right now. I'm going to do that right now.
Well, while you do that, I'll sit here and talk about the race. Travis Gilbert continues to lead over Ray Lane, Waylon Turner in 3rd, Adam Bowden, and Ryan McCall. Single file up through the top 7 that we've got, top 8 that we've got Michael Carter taking the pass on Michael York. Now York under fire from Rivers. Rivers going to dive it down into turns 1 and 2. He's got the 26 of Kyle Diaz right behind him. John Ross racing the 77 here. Aaron Spear, Doug D. Nice trying to figure out which way it's going to go faster. Which one does he want to follow through? This guy's just inside of the top 15. Doug D. Nice trying to break into the top 15. John Ross going to complete that pass. D. Nice trying to follow him through.
Well, unfortunately, I can't get rapid fire anytime soon.
I might have to look in to see if they're near Indianapolis, because that's about the furthest east I'm going anytime soon.
You are in luck.
Ooh.
Well,
Little 8,500 pizza action.
let's see here.
Adam Bowden and Stan Carnathan side by side there. Now here comes Diaz trying to follow Bowden through. Bowden touches the apron there, gets him a little bit loose, and that's going to allow Carnathan to get back up to the top side. Just gets the bumper up there down the back straightaway, but Bowden not concerned. Stays down below in front of Kyle Diaz, and these guys continue on. Travis Gilbert still leads the race. Pete Walsh gets out of the way once again. He's increasing that gap just a little bit over Ray Lane, but not as much as I would have expected it to, given how it seemed that Ray Lane was on worse tires. Gilbert was able to follow a lot closer and make different moves, where Lane seems to be a lot more affected by the dirty air. So I would have expected him to lose more pace, but he's been doing a pretty good job right now. Starting to close back in. Big run coming up off of turn 2.
Salem, Indiana is your closest rapid fire pizza to Indianapolis.
I do not know where that is, but
Down by
I'll work with
Kentucky.
it.
It might be worth the trip, who knows? Maybe if we talk to Ryan McCall after the race, we get a sponsor to package rapid fire pizza and dry ice and ship some to St. Louis and Minnesota.
Well, you never know until you ask. Got battles.
You're not
going on
wrong.
right now, side by side. Kyle Diaz to the inside of Michael Carter. This for 6th place. Adam Bowden lost the position to Diaz, and Diaz has been another guy who's been kind of quiet throughout the course of this race. Slowly but methodically working his way up through the field. So right now, sitting in 6th place, just behind Anthony Ludi. Another one of those quiet people who's, Oh, here we go. Waylon Turner's coming into the pits, so is Travis Gilbert from the race lead. This opens the door. Trying to get on Gilbert here, and we've got him now. 22 and 30, the first ones to bite, with 30 laps to go.
30 laps to go here in this one. And here comes Ray Lane. Does he come in for his pit stop? And this, you know what, Liam? This gets me excited. Green flag pit stop is what gets my heart. It gets my heart racing.
Nobody else came in this time around.
I told you, strategies are everywhere.
It'll be interesting to keep an eye on it. The gap for the race lead is now 1.5 seconds. Ryan McCall sits in 2nd place. McCall is going to come in this time. Las Vegas is such a tough pit road to get onto. Stan Carnathan dives it in. The 15 of Bradley Rivers comes in as well. Christopher Roth into the pits. But Ray Lane, your race leader, stays out.
Gosh, I love green flag pit stuff. But when does Ray Lane? When do you? So he last pitted on lap 88. He's got to be getting close.
Here comes Diaz, and Diaz flies into the pit lane. He just got stopped up in time. Kane Lee in 17 South came in with him as well that time around. Anthony Ludi inherits second place. Adam Bowden just passed him for it. Ray Lane, he continues to run lower and lower than we've seen him run on the racetrack, but still stays wide enough to not come into the pits.
He's got to blink at some point.
How long does he want to run this? Does he stay out another 5-10 laps so he gets a tire advantage on the guys he's against? Does he stay out long enough to hope for a caution? What could be running through the mind of the 33 right now? And Adam Bowden as well. Anthony Ludi. These guys running the same strategy. They all last came in on lap 88. Michael Carter, Michael York rounding out the top 5. John Ross comes in. Dylan Picklesheimer. Ray Lane with 25 laps to go. Continues to lead. Continues to build on that lead.
I mean, he's like 2 miles outside of Las Vegas right now. He's already halfway to the next racetrack. You know, when does he blink?
Oh, we'll find out. Wade Furtick in this time.
I'm not calling his bluff or anything, but you can't read his poker face.
Nope. And every time he comes around turn number 4, he just keeps tapping the table. Says, hit me. One more. We're not busting yet. I don't know the rules to crap, or craps, but he's definitely not crapping right now.
He's hoping that he doesn't bust at the blackjack table. He's this mile-and-a-half blackjack table at that.
Maybe that's why they shaped the track like this, because it's kind of roulette table shaped.
It is. That's my game at the casino.
Just blackjack?
No, roulette.
Oh, roulette. I meant to say blackjack table. I don't know why I said roulette, but
It's okay.
I don't gamble very much, if at all. Doug D-Nice and Kent Mueller both came into pit. Ray Lane, 21 laps to go. Adam Bowden, Anthony Ludi.
They finally blink.
They do, and where do they come out in relation to Travis Gilbert, Waylon Turner, and John Ross?
Think about 3 miles behind Ray Lane there.
Ray Lane's coming in this time. Michael Carter's going to follow him. Michael York and Sam Taylor stay on the racetrack. Travis Gilbert coming across the start-finish line now. He's going to get around Bowden pretty easily. Gets around Ludi as well. Travis Gilbert will effectively be your race leader. Ray Lane's going to have 10 lap fresher tires and 20 laps to get the job done.
I think it's doable.
I think it's doable. He's off the pit lane now. Travis Gilbert just crossed the start-finish line. Gets around Carter with ease. Ray Lane all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the race leaders, who still have yet to pit. Ray Lane falls in line. About a second behind Travis Gilbert. Up the racetrack goes Michael York. Into the wall goes Travis Gilbert.
Oh no. That was more than a stripe, Liam.
That was a lot of contact, and you can see that 22 is not handling well. Oh, into the 48! Hard into Ray Lane. The caution's going to come out. Oh man, Adam Bolton gets taken out as well! A number of front-end contenders here.
You know who the beneficiary of that one was?
Sam Taylor.
Ray Lane.
Ray Lane got crashed. How does he benefit?
Oh. Well.
Sam Taylor. He's in the pits right now.
Oh. Well.
And Adam Bolton, nowhere to go. He tries to slam on the brakes.
My math. Hey, look, we're doing St. Louis math right now. You're like, how does Ray Lane benefit from that?
Let's try to back it up to see that wall contact coming up off of turn 4. So that's effectively what started this. Man, he just slid up and stayed in it. More than likely towed out. You can see him out of control there. Gets out of the apron, comes up the racetrack, and that launches the 48 up into Ray Lane.
To be fair, I think he was trying to lift that thing on back to the pit road.
Right on board with Bolton here. Just nothing he could do.
I just wonder if Ray Lane has used his fast repair or not.
I would assume not. However, he did take a tow.
Oh.
And it looks like he is loading that thing up.
Tough break for Ray Lane. He had the car to beat too.
He really did. He was, maybe not as fast as Gilbert, but he was running right up there. And then Gilbert, obviously, hefty amount of damage to his car as well. He's going to end up losing a lap in all of that. Because Sam Taylor is still out on the racetrack. Had not made a pit stop yet. So Sam Taylor, he did come into pit right before that caution came out. Ryan McCall is right behind the pace car in 6th place. He is the first of the waiver routes. He is not quite one lap down yet. But everybody in front of Waylon Turner, from Kent Mueller all the way up to Ryan McCall. You can see all of these guys tail end of the lead lap. Once we get the 1 to green signal from the pace car, they're all going to be allowed to wave back around and get back to the tail end of the field. However, given that they're wave around cars, they're going to have to start single file. So this restart is going to be a little bit messed up looking. We'll probably have 2 rows of 2x2, maybe 3 rows of 2x2, and then everybody else behind them single file.
Liam, are you ready for a 15-lap shootout?
Oh, dude, I've been ready all day.
I know, Liam, you look forward to this league every single week.
I do. These guys put together incredible racing. There's always great action on the racetrack. These guys know what they're doing out on the racetrack. It makes my job super easy to talk about it because they just bring all the action. All I've got to do is tell you what's happening. So we do have, I believe, the 1 to green has been given. So Waylon Turner is going to take over the race lead, catch up to the pace car. We see guys like Kent Mueller, John Osborne, 17 South. These guys getting back to the tail end of the lead lap.
Anybody in the YouTube downtown chat? If you like to jabber and you like sim racing, boy, do we got a thing for you. You can join Sim Racing Media as a commentator now. If you're interested, contact Jonathan Leach, who's the chief bottle cook and bottle washer here at Sim Racing Media.
Or better yet, just find us on Facebook. Send us a message on there. We've got a bunch of people that keep an eye on that and can get with you, whether you're interested in broadcasting with us, doing some commentary action. Green flag back in the air. Waylon Turner, John Ross on the front row. Turner's going to get away strong. That was that weird single file restart that we were talking about. Kind of got us confused. Got me confused.
You can't confuse the confused already. My whole life is confusing.
John Ross down to the inside. He's looking for the race lead on Waylon Turner. Kyle Diaz looking to follow.
Ding dong! It's the pizza man.
Little bit of contact there coming up off of turn 4. The 44 had to check up off of the gas a little bit. Waylon Turner got into the back of him. Everything's clean and green, though, with 12 laps to go. Kyle Diaz to the inside of Waylon Turner. He's going to complete that pass for second place. Travis Gilbert is up here, but of course he is a lap down after that contact and having to pit. Big time move from Michael York.
Here we go. 12 laps to go.
York
Here comes the pizza car.
York and Gilbert are racing each other for the free pass. That's why this is so important with these two right around our top 3. Should the caution come out, one of these guys is going to get the free pass. That's why they're racing so hard. Kyle Diaz dives down to the inside. He's got Waylon Turner right behind him. Turner not able to get much of a run coming up off of the corner. Diaz still about 2 car lengths behind your race leader, John Ross. Up the racetrack goes the 3. Sam Taylor. He's got the freshest tires of the front runners, having just come in right as that caution came out.
10 to go. And here comes Waylon Turner on the outside of that 48 car.
Yeah, York is trying to get up and unlap himself the hard way. He sees Gilbert all up on his rear bumper. He does not want to lose that free pass, especially with 9 laps to go. You're not going to get very many more cautions. Ideally, if you're the leader, you don't want to see any more.
No, the sands and the hourglass are running thin right now for Kyle Diaz as he tries to get up to John Ross in that 44 car as we are watching this battle right now to try to get their lap back.
Gilbert pushes the 30 of Waylon Turner. Contact between York and Gilbert. Going into turns 1 and 2. They're leaning on each other. Now York all the way down to the apron. Slides up the racetrack a little bit. And Gilbert gets turned around. Ryan McCall is involved.
Wait, who is the first lap car?
Well, it's not going to be Gilbert.
I think it might have been Michael York.
Yeah, Michael York is definitely going to be the first lapper there. With Travis Gilbert getting turned around, he is not going to be eligible for the free pass either way. So there's contact with York. Might have been a little bit of net code between York and the Gilbert car. Tay McDonald makes a huge impact to the inside wall. That's going to end his day effectively.
Tough break.
It was either a reaction at the 22 from the 48 moving up the racetrack, or it was a little bit of net code. Let's go ahead and ride on board to see what kind of reaction we get out of the steering wheel. Yeah, that seemed a little netcody to me. Didn't seem like there was any reaction out of the steering wheel when the car moved up on the inside. But the car definitely reacted as if it got shoved up a little bit.
Well, now I think we're gonna have a little 5, maybe 4 lap shootout.
3 or 4 laps, yeah. We'll see what we get. John Ross leads over Sam Taylor. Kane Lee up into third. Bradley Rivers and Anthony Ludi in the top 5. John Osborne, Ryan McCall, Michael Carter, and Dylan Picklesheimer came into the pits this last time around. Michael York, Travis Gilbert, and Tay McDonald. Heavy damage in that incident. Michael York seems to be able to get away okay. It might be the free pass here. He is not the free pass, as he elects to pit.
Womp, womp, womp.
So I believe that means we won't have a free pass for this caution.
Well, we're gonna get doubled back up here.
Well, the drivers are ready for it, but the pace car's still got the lights on, so pace car itself is not quite ready. So we should take the green flag with 3 laps to go.
Oh.
Which means this is not an overtime finish. We'll still run by the same rules, where if we make it to the white, that effectively ends it. They race it back from there on out, but if we don't make it back to the white, we will re-rack, we'll add some more laps on to get ourselves a green flag finish.
The best thing auto racing could have ever done.
Sometimes. Depends on if my favorite's leading or not.
You know, in dirt racing, we have a 1-lap shootout where the starter will wave the green and white together. That gets interesting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And, you know, here's the thing. Get out and support your local dirt track or your local track this summer, whether it be asphalt or dirt. Look, that's a thankless business. Get out there, support your local short track, and show them how much you appreciate them.
Love our short tracks around here. Got Ogilvy, Arlington, Cedar Lake ain't too far away, Elko. We're ready to rack them up, restack them here. John Ross leads over Sam Taylor, Kane Lee, Bradley Rivers, Stan Carnathan, Anthony Ludi, Aaron Spear, Doug D. Nice, Dwayne Furtick, and Christopher Roth round out your top 10. 17 South with a good recovery is up to 11th. Kyle Diaz, John Osborne, Waylon Turner, Michael Carter, Ryan McCall, Kent Mueller, Dylan Picklesheimer, and Adam Bowden round out the cars on a lead lap. Michael York is the final car in the top 20. Travis Gilbert is still on the racetrack as well. Tay McDonald just getting some repairs finished up. He's going to get back out of the racetrack. Ray Lane effectively out of the race. Pete Walsh probably hoping for a couple more cautions so he can get those laps to pass Ray Lane. It's a 12-lap difference right now with 4 laps to go. He'd need a couple of overtime extensions. John Ross ready to lead them down. Sam Taylor in the number 3 Tracker Boats car on his outside. Pace car makes that hard left turn for what could be the final time. Into the Geico restart zone they go, and John Ross on the throttle, on with a big gap. He's got 2, 3, 4 car lengths getting down into turn number 1.
Down into turn number 1, trying to wheel that Skull Bandit number 44 to victory lane, trying to get back to 2 to go, and then make the white flag.
If the white flag comes out, they'll race it back no matter what happens on the track. But if they don't make it to the white, They're going to re-rack them, restack them, and we've got ourselves some contact going on in turns 3 and 4. Waylon Turner pushes up into Christopher Roth. He's able to get through okay. 2 laps to go. Here in Las Vegas, here in Sin City for the Star Nursery Garden Center's 225. John Ross holds out of the race lead. Contact car up into the wall coming up off of turn number 2. Doesn't matter right now. John Ross leads over Kane Lee, who's taken over second. Coming to the white flag. Ludi looks up to the top for second. John Ross is going to love seeing that behind him.
That's the only person who loves 2x2 as much as we do. Is John Ross, as John Ross brings that 44 Skull Bandit car down the back straightaway. Who's going to be joining him on the podium?
Anthony Ludi makes the pass up on the top side. Kane Lee able to defend from Sam Taylor, but it's all John Ross coming off of turn number 4. He's going to win in Las Vegas.
3 different winners this time. As John Ross adds his name to the short list of winners this year. And he is victorious here in Las Vegas with Anthony Ludi on podium with him, along with Kane Lee.
An incredible drive by John Ross. He started 10th. He's going to come home with the trophy. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That is not the case. This trophy is coming home. We're going to watch our 44 John Ross burn it down right here on the front straightaway. What an incredible job here by John Ross to keep those guys behind him, especially with 3 laps to go on that last restart. Did an amazing job, and we'll try to find John Ross here on the chat to get a little bit of an interview with him. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go 3, 2, 1 then.
3, 2, 1.
Oops. Never mind. John Ross has showed up. We're going to give it John Ross here, the race winner. Hey, John, it's Liam and Alan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, I tell you what, man, that one did not come easily. You started 10th. You had a lot of up and downs throughout the course of this race, but you come away on the final restart in the race lead. Do you think there was anything that anybody had for you on that last restart?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I felt, I thought if I could get into the clean air, this really turned into kind of a plate track with a little bit of tire wear. So I knew I had fresh tires. And, when I went in right before that last caution, I only took right side tires to help try to jump a little bit after I got in the wreck. And so when I come back out, luckily we had passed the leader. So we were on the lead lap. So I said, well, let me go in and get some fresh tires. And I knew I had good tires. And I knew if I could get a jump, it was so hard to pass on the bottom. Your car got so aero tight right in the center. It was really hard to get a run off. And so I thought, well, I could try to defend and let's see what happens.
Well, you did a good job. We're watching the restart here, and you got away to about a 3-4 car length lead and never really looked back. That Skull Bandit was on fire today. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank for such a strong run here today?
Yeah, I do. First of all, I want to thank Adam, for putting on the league, and these things are tough to run, and these leagues are tough, and these guys in this league, I run in a couple of other leagues. This by far is the very best league for driver quality that I've seen. Yeah, we had some incidents there, and I'll go back and look at one that I was involved in. But overall, really quick guys. They don't give you an inch. You got to battle for everything. So I certainly appreciate that type of racing. I want to thank my Wildman teammate Leroy. He can't be here tonight. I think he's in Texas on vacation. So want to thank him for everything that he does. And Roman, they hop in the chat and talk to me during these. So really appreciate that, and you guys, I'll go back and watch the broadcast, but I'm sure you guys done a fantastic job.
Awesome stuff, man. We can't thank you enough for joining us. Congratulations on taking home the checkers here in Las Vegas. We'll hopefully be talking to you again soon.
Thank you, Liam.
All right, now with second place, Alan, I believe you've got Anthony.
Anthony, Ludi, this is Alan and Liam in the SRM booth. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you guys?
P2 tonight, the only Toyota in the field. Come on, let's go.
I know, man. I'm telling you, my teammate wasn't able to come tonight, but I tell you what, the old 12 car was pretty fast. Had a heck of a time running with these guys tonight. Yeah, and I mean, you know, sometimes when you're the underdog or the lone wolf out there, you just gotta hammer down, turn left, and hope for the best, right?
Right, it was, you know, look, so, you know, I was telling Liam up here in the broadcast booth, as we go longer into the run, the car gets looser and looser. Is that what you were feeling in the race car?
I mean, it's really just depend on where you are in the air. Right there at the end, I was trying to work with the 91. I was trying to push Kane the best that I could, but because I was tucked right up under him, I just got so aero tight that I just had to take the run to the outside when I got it because there's nothing I could do. So, I mean, it's kind of a loose, tight combination that you're battling with all night long, depending on where you are in traffic.
All right, Anthony. And so now, you know, we're getting, you know, we're 3 events into this long season. What's your mindset as we move forward into the year?
Honestly, just consistency, man. First and foremost, I want to thank Evo and his team over here at ECR for letting me come over here. Some of those guys joined us over in RSR to run Tuesday nights, and they opened the door for me and my teammate Michael Sheffield to come over here and run. And, I think the biggest thing for us in particular is just to continue to get better in these cars and continue to build consistency and, just have fun, man. I mean, there are people that complain about the car. I don't like this. I don't like that. But you know what, man? At the end of the day, we're out here having fun with the boys, and this is a damn good place to be.
All right. Well, is there anybody else that you'd like to thank before we get to cut you loose?
No, I mean, just give a shout out to all the people that support me at 213 Simware. It's been an awesome journey. Victory Fuel for one, Space Panda. And again, Evo and all his whole team over here at ECR. I greatly appreciate it. And you guys for putting on a good broadcast. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's Anthony Liddy, your P2 placer tonight, and we will get him on out of here and get Kane Lee in.
Yes, sir. Now we've got third place finisher Kane Lee. Kane, it's Liam and Alan up in the booth. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. How you going?
Doing pretty good. We were just treated to an incredible race, and you come away with the third place. And I'm not going to lie, man, we didn't really talk about you a whole lot today. You kind of snuck up in there. You started 18th place, and you come away with a podium finish. Talk with us about your day.
Yeah, for some reason, Las Vegas is just not my track. So I struggle a lot here. I just got lucky with how the cautions fell at the end and the track position. And I thought I was going to be a set and duck there because I pit a little bit earlier than most of those guys under that green flag pit stop. But the tires still had a little bit of life in them to hold it off. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to the 44. I tried my best, but I'll take a P3 at Las Vegas any day.
Yeah, definitely a good day for you. You come home P3, and pretty much everybody in front of you in the points had a lot of trouble today. So your P3 finish is going to move you up in the standings. I know it's early on in the season. We're just finishing up race 3 of 30. But what's going through your mind in terms of the points battle as you start up front?
Well, I like where I am. And definitely this finish right here at a track, like I said, that I didn't expect to even get a top 10 at. To come out third, like it makes me feel a lot better. I got some good tracks coming up. So I'm excited about it. I want to get the points lead and run away with it.
That would definitely be ideal. But, you had yourself a super strong third place run. Came with a really intense battle there with the 12 on the last lap.
Yeah.
Do you think you had anything for him?
I thought so. But Anthony, he's a really good guy. So I knew as soon as I seen him get positioned on me on the outside, I didn't want to do anything crazy to take us out. So I just raced him as hard as I could and kept us both safe. But as soon as he got out there, I kind of knew he had it at that point. The outside's where you wanted to be.
Well, an incredible job by you today. Is there anybody you want to thank for such a strong performance?
Yeah, first off, thank you guys for broadcasting. It's been great so far. And I just want to thank my team at RMS. We're going for the championship this year, man.
Well, you heard it here first. Kane Lee, he wants to run away with it. Go ahead and let you celebrate with your team. Appreciate you for joining us.
I appreciate you guys.
Well, Alan, that's going to about do it for us here. We have finished the Star Nursery 225. John Ross comes away with the victory. He wins over Anthony Ludi, Kane Lee, Sam Taylor, and Stan Carnathan rounding out your top 5. Then we've got Bradley Rivers, Aaron Spear, Dwayne Furtick, Doug D. Nice, and Kyle Diaz rounding out the top 10. 17 South recovers for an 11th place. John Osborne, then Waylon Turner, Christopher Roth, Michael Carter, Dylan Picklesheimer, Ryan McCall, Kent Mueller, Adam Boughton, Travis Gilbert, Michael York, Tay McDonald, Ray Lane, Pete Walsh, Robert Roth, Tyler Burden, Alan Holtzman, and Ed Ryan finishes in 28th. Can't thank you guys enough for joining in, spending your Saturday night with us on Sim Racing Media. We're going to be right back, same time, same place, next week for some more ECR Cup Series action. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a race. I really suck at ending these things, so you guys have a wonderful night.